please like and subscribe.
Welcome to Joe's Medicine Tarot. I am Joe. Here you will find a shamanic spirit general check-in. This is not a one-to-one spirit check-in. So you might not resonate with the whole reading. You might not resonate with any of the reading. Whatever you do resonate with, please take what you need and leave what you don't. I commend you for the work you have done on yourselves that brings you to my tarot channel. Welcome to the higher dimensions of tarot. Collective, I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your energy. So if it doesn't feel like I'm speaking about you, please switch the energies around. If you are new to my channel, welcome aboard. I'm so happy that you clicked on my channel and are giving my video a chance. For those of you that are returning viewers and returning subscribers, thank you so much for your subscriptions and for your views. All of it helps the channel's algorithm. And yes, if you are new and you like my style of reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell me in the comment section what you enjoyed about the reading. We are going to begin. Thought I would change up the appearance of my table. It is time. All right, we're going to cut these cards and we're going to start. Creator, please bless this sacred space. Please protect this sacred space. Put a hedge of protection around the viewers and around myself. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom and the guidance of the Most High Collective. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom and the guidance that the listeners and the viewers need to see and need to hear. Please allow the ancestors and the grandmothers and grandfathers to come in to bring in their guidance also. All right. All right, let us begin. Father, what? And mother. Mother and father. Okay. Spouse, mother, father, and spouse. Like the whole family showing up here. What's going on here? I was going to say, is this a sibling now? What's going on? Mysterious. Warlock. Leadership. And last one, Creator. I want to be able to fit these all on the table. Voice. What I'm getting is contracts, possible contracts for some of you with your parents, with your father and with your mother. We're at the end of major cycles on the planet. So I feel like there is an error here. There is an energy here to make peace with our parents. Make peace with your parents. Maybe you are mother and father now also too. So making peace with your parents because you're standing in the gap between the older generation and now the newer generation that is your children. So you're standing in the gap of both. Yes, what they're saying is what we don't deal with ourselves as parents will pass on to our children. So what they're saying is, and part of that is contractual also too. So it's making peace with our parents, in a way. Making peace with our parents is in a way making peace with ourselves, so that we can stand in the gap of the generations and be the best parents that we can be. So that's what I'm seeing here is you're making for some of you anyway, making peace with your parents. There's even people here that don't have kids, that don't have children. You're still making peace with your parents, because your children then, if you don't have physical children, your children, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not, your children it can be your kids, but your children are also your actions. What we do in life really does echo into eternity, because our actions ripple into the lives of others. Those actions carried forth from those people that ripple into the lives of other people, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so we'd rather spread acts of kindness than anything else. Okay. And what's on the bottom of the deck for this is grandfather. What? The whole family is here right now. Like, what is going on with this reading? So we're going to leave this down here. This is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, grandfather, father and mother. Holy smoke, what is going on here? Okay, some clarifiers, Creator. Father, mother, spouse. So the card that's right in the middle here is the card of mystery. So we've got father, mother, spouse, mysterious, warlock, leadership, and voice. I'm getting the sense that you are, for the viewers here that resonate with this, that you are seeing you're seeing beyond the veil. You're even seeing between paradigms. Like I'm seeing reality as various layers. And between those layers, they say that's what ayahuasca, washuma, psilocybin, the psychoactive plants, that when a person partakes in a psychoactive plant, it's like they reset their consciousness. There's an activation that goes on between those layers. That's what I'm feeling here is the layers of generations, and there's some sort of an awakening. Like you're seeing beyond your family, you're seeing beyond the, oh, you're transcending the bloodline. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Okay. Um, this corresponds to Moses splitting the Red Sea, parting the Red Sea, and this has nothing to do with actual splitting the ocean apart, okay? This has to do with the Red Sea. Parting the Red Sea is indicative of transcending the bloodline. You know, when you transcend the bloodline, it makes you look at your parents very, very differently. It also will make you see your spouse very differently. It'll make you see your own position if you are married as a spouse very differently. All of a sudden, your job as a spouse will be very, it'll have an air of mystery. There'll be an air of mystery because you're no longer just a spouse now. Now there is, when you transcend the bloodline, you awaken something within your own DNA. What does transcending the bloodline mean? Okay, they're asking me to use the example of Moses and also to bring my own example into this. So, transcending the bloodline, Moses was born of the Hebrews, of the Israelites, and he was born into slavery. His mother was a slave in Egypt when he was born. And because at that time the Pharaoh was destroying all the children, his mother drew him out. Like God favored this when she put him in a basket and let him sail on the river that brought him to Pharaoh's wife, and she raised him. So in a way, Moses transcending his bloodline had less to do with his choice and had more to do with the social conditions at that time. He was sort of set on the path to transcend his bloodline. So for those of you, look at your lives. Look at your lives. Some of you have had to go up against social conditions or part of social conditions of your life that set you apart, that even made you feel like you were set apart. Okay? That's what I'm feeling here. If you're transcending the bloodline. Holy smoke. Okay, I was not expecting that energy into this reading. Like, whoa, okay. So this opens up, this takes you out of the like American dream of the family, and I'm just using that like as an example. It takes you out of the carnal perception of family, and it elevates your perspective into a higher order. Transcending the bloodline, it's like, how do I say this, creator? You're not just going to be a copy of a copy of a copy. And I feel like the grandfather who is here is helping you. There's some sort of a contract you have, and I'm feeling this grandfather is on the other side for many of you. There may be, for some of you, the grandfather is still here, still on the planet, still walking, has not yet has not yet shifted onto the other side, has not yet made the transition to the other side. So either way, there's some sort of special connection here, even a connection with some sort of magic, some sort of mysterious mystery is at work within your bloodline, unfolding into you, unlocking you transcending the bloodline through the mystery unlocks an air of magic, an air of shamanic connection to the other side, to the other side of the veil. Some sort of shamanic connection that you are developing that's going to bring you into your leadership Oh, and they're just showing me the tip of an arrow, bringing you to your voice, bringing you, like the creator's going to be using you to teach, to show the way. You know, many of the people that come to my channel are people that are finding their way, discovering their own shamanic capacities within themselves, being guided to develop this, to bring their shamanic capacity onto this plane, because the world is in desperate need for it. The world is in desperate need for it. Nope. Okay, those are all face down. Nope. Okay, can we have some clarifiers now, Creator? So whatever's going on, you guys are transcending the bloodline. You have a help from your grandfather. If this isn't an actual grandfather, then this is the grandfather. This is the great spirit. This is the great mystery. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes, for many of you, that's what this is. You have a connection to the great mystery. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. So this is a snapshot of a shift, of a transition here, of your transition. Okay, so definitely what is going, okay, what's on the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords in reverse. So yes, that's what I'm seeing partially is you guys who, there was some kind of reconciliation. There's some sort of reconciliation, more first and foremost with yourself, about who you are, about your role, about your life, the family you were born into, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to who you were taught, who, how do I say this? The information that you have been taught about yourself because of your bloodline. Whatever this is, you've transcended this. You are in the process of transcending this. Okay, so, whoops, I didn't need to bump that. Okay. So with the Father here, you've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So that's what I'm feeling here. There's some sort of so the Father could be your physical earthly father. In another sense, the Father is the masculine oversoul. The masculine oversoul of your unfolding. It's like, okay, see how the roots here are not under the ground. They're now up over the ground. When you look at this in normal upright view, see how the roots pop up out of the ground and the giraffe is standing on them, eating of the higher dimensions. Well, whatever's happened with you transcending your bloodline, your roots now, you have a new relationship to your ancestry. You have a new relationship Your perception of yourself and of your ancestry is shifting. There's something emerging from your roots, some sort of shamanic capacity emerging from your roots, that this is now the like oversoul. You're no longer at whim of the oversoul of the culture. The oversoul of the culture will put your intuition to sleep. It will kill the storyteller in you. It will kill your sense of agency. It will kill your sense of individualism. You know, the group mind, the group will sacrifice the expression of the one for the sake of the progress of the group. Okay. And I'm feeling that you have broken out of that. I feel like you have gone inward and that something within your roots has called you inward. And your roots is now sustaining you. For the longest time, it was the upper realms that was sustaining you. Some sort of faith, even though that's still there, that's still very much there. But your spiritual connection has gone from being just one of faith to one now of some sort of a shamanic unfolding through your roots. What used to be, see, the roots are indicative of the underworld. We are all the tree. You are the giraffe and you are the tree. Shamanically, we are trees. Our roots stretch and stem down deep into the underworld, deep into hell. And our branches extend upward into the upper worlds, into heaven. Whatever you were eating of in the upper worlds was sustaining you while your roots, while you were abiding. Okay, I'm hearing Psalm 91. He or she that lives in the secret place of the Most High will abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So whatever was going on here, whatever you were eating from in the upper worlds was sustaining you while you were going through something very, very difficult that had to do with your roots, maybe some sort of an awakening. Maybe you're discovering truths about your family line, truths about yourself that you didn't know before. Maybe there was some sort of social beliefs about your family line that may be held within the culture, but you're transcending this. It's like how the Israelites were seen as slaves by the larger culture of the Egyptians. That's what I'm trying to say. But like Moses, he transcended that when he broke out of the group mind as a slave under the power of a larger system and woke up to his own sense of agency, standing on his roots. He transcended the bloodline. So when this is upside down, the bloodline, what used to be the underworld that was sustaining you and holding you up, is now the underworld within your bloodline that now is the oversoul of you. It is the oversoul of you. It's like, this is what happens when our relationship to God becomes more real. God uses what you have. God uses who you are. God uses your physical experience to move through you. God doesn't move through you in spite of you. God moves through you, through your life, through your experiences, through your expression, through your voice, through all of it. So there's some sort of an awakening here with your ancestry becoming the oversoul. So there's some sort of a, oops, I didn't mean to do that. There's some sort of an awakening. There's some sort of a connection with your bloodline coming online that has been sustaining you. sustaining you in some kind of a way. Sustaining you in new ways that you haven't experienced before until very recently. Some sort of a shift has happened inside of you. Now we come to the mother and the lovers in reverse. So this could be some sort of a, so the father is the protector, the mother is the nurturer. Creator, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Explain the mother, please, a little more. I just want some clarification on this. Some sort of separation, even? The mother, the mother, the mother, the mother, the nurturer. Okay, all of these, because they're all upright. Okay, here we go. The Three of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, this is the blade. This is the blade. This is the blade. So oftentimes when we have shifts like this, they don't just unfold into our lives. They come through some sort of a calamity, some sort of a betrayal, some horrific act. And maybe your mother betrayed you. Because there's some sort of a separation here between you and your mother, or you and a mother energy. Just a minute here. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that there's some sort of transcending the bloodline through. You're getting reunited with some sort of ancestry, possibly through your father's bloodline. And it could have come about for some of you anyway, through some sort of a betrayal with your mother. Maybe, this is heavier energy, so I'm so sorry if this is what happened, I'm so sorry. The mother and the lovers in reverse is some sort of a separation, some sort of a calamity, some sort of a separation, some sort of a failure to meet the test. So there was some sort of a betrayal that took place, or it doesn't have to be a betrayal. This could just be brokenheartedness, some sort of a heartache, some sort of grief and heartache. But I feel like whatever this was, it was written to happen. And however much time you spent in this heartache, because you're looking right at this heartache was meant to elevate you. It was meant, like, the creator knew that you had the tools and the wherewithal to transcend this, to alchemize this. And I feel like whatever has happened, you've been able to alchemize some sort of a betrayal, some sort of a heartache that came regarding your mother. Maybe it was your mother that was betrayed. Maybe your mother and father had to get split up and divorced. There could be that also too. So some sort of a heartache that you watched with your parents. Maybe there was a separation. But whatever happened here, you were able to, however much time you spent in this heartache and grief work, you were able to heal. I feel like you got some education about marriage, about divorce, about heartache, about parenthood. Maybe you are a parent now, but I'm feeling like you've done some work that has helped you move through this kind of energy. I'm just hearing, because you don't want to be that kind of like a mother. You don't want to be for so this is obviously like a I don't know, we're not even going to go there, but you don't want to be that kind of a mother. You don't want to make the same mistakes that you watched your parents make, or your mother make, or your father make, or somebody, but you don't want to do that. So you've been able to heal from a heartache. This has brought you into a lot of your sense of agency. It has brought you a lot of wisdom. I feel like a lot of wisdom, a lot of energetic financing, standing on the wisdom of your experiences. I feel like you've been able to help a lot of people, even like you are seen as somebody who is very wealthy in resources, very wealthy in wisdom, very wealthy in experiences that pertain to the physical world. Like you're very, very grounded. And with this, you speak on it. When an opportunity arises, you will speak on it. So whatever's happened here has allowed you to come into some sort of healing capacity because of some sort of heartache around your parents. Maybe there was a divorce, like I say, but somehow through this heartache, you have been transcending your bloodline. You have been transcending some sort of a generational behavior that's been passed down from generation to generation and generation, and you have transcended it. You're some sort of a cycle breaker. You're transcending, and I feel like you're very supported by your grandfather. I feel like your grandfather was kind of a protector. Some sort of a source of guidance, some sort of a source of protection, or a source of guidance. Even from the other side, I feel like you are very connected to your elders on the other side. So whatever you've come into with this healing with your mother energy, it has brought you a lot of improvement. You've now been able to improve in your life and your sense of self-worth. The work you have done on yourself in transcending your bloodline. I'm feeling like the mothers before you, I feel like there was a lot of possibly like addiction, abuse. Yeah, whoever you are, you're definitely okay. Yes, okay, of course, of course. Because my readings are often pertaining to people that are tapping into their shamanic capacities. So when you're tapping into your shamanic capacities, you got to see the aspects of yourself that are marinating in darkness. And in that darkness is incredible resources, because that is the badger medicine. Badgers live in root systems in the earth, under root systems. And root systems are indicative of the collective unconsciousness. They are also indicative of the neurological network of a culture, first of all, of a human being, secondly, of a culture. So a badger, when it lives underground, your life was for many of you, whoever resonate with this, your first part of your life was underground. So what that means, when you grow up underground like a badger does, you grow up in darkness, in possibly a family where you had like addiction. Maybe you would live in a war-torn country. Maybe there was some sort of hostility, maybe even a domestic violence of some kind. But whatever it was, there was some kind of heartache, some sort of hardship that you had to overcome. But that was the source of the badger medicine. That was your way into your medicine healer. See, shaman capacity does not just get handed to you on a platter. You have to work through what you have. What's in your hand? What's in your past? If you want to go through the shamanic doorway, you have to go through some of the darkest doorways of your life, of your past, of your lineage, of your family, of your experiences, to find the shaman waiting for you there, to find the shaman in you. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing here, is that you've gone through this door, and it's bringing you into the recovery of your life, the improvement of your life. I'm feeling like you've met a person, you've married to a spouse that has, you're transcending this bloodline through your relationship to your spouse. Your life is improving. I feel like your spouse is very supportive of you. Maybe you are also very supportive of your spouse. But I feel like there is an improvement, very much of an improvement in your life, in your relationship to yourself. Just overall, I feel like your spouse is very loving, very present, very grounded, very supportive of you. Respect. There's a lot of respect in your marriage. And whatever soul work you are continuing to do here, yes, it's bringing you very much into the more mysteriousness of your life, because groundhogs burrow underground. So I'm feeling like the mystery you have a lot of resources with the mysteriousness aspect of who you are, the mysteriousness aspect of your perception of life, of your experiences, of how you tap into them, of how you unfold them, how you speak of them, your perception of them. I feel like you don't see your life the way many people see themselves. I feel like you don't see your life in a carnal, five-dimensional, sensory way, like taste, touch, sight, sound. What is it? Taste, touch, sight, sound. Sight, sound. And there's one more, fifth. Anyway, that's the five senses. I feel like you see yourself from a very different perspective, because you have a relationship to the underworld that you have here. It's through your father's genealogy, possibly even through your grandfather, but there's some sort of shamanic capacity within your family that you can tap into. I feel like and maybe some of the work that your mother did too, some sort of work that your mother had to do also too. So, it wasn't just you that began to transcend the bloodline. I feel like one of your parents, maybe both your parents, but I'm feeling like it's work that you are continuing on. Even if your mother did some sort of healing work with her, aspect of being, first of all, for being a mother, second of all, of maybe of her past, of her childhood, of her parents. There was some sort of work being done, some sort of healing work that you are now carrying forward. Yes, it reminds me of Moses, because Moses's mother broke the cycle when she gave her son up and released him from the bondage of slavery. So his mother had already started the work. Even though she never saw freedom, she most likely died as a slave, but she still initiated the work for her son's freedom. And I feel like that's what your mother also did. There was some sort of work that your mother did that helped your freedom. And I feel like you are continuing on this work. I feel like you are carrying, whether this was verbally spoken, whether this was a conscious action between you and your mother, like this was a, whether you and your mother talked about this or not, I feel like this is coming. This is what is unfolding. So the mysteriousness, you have a relationship with your underworld. And groundhogs go into the underworld for safety. And that's totally it. So your mysteriousness is because you have a relationship to the underworld. It's, most people are trying to avoid the underworld by going up into the higher dimensions, being totally ungrounded. I feel like you are incredibly grounded, very, very grounded. I feel like the upper world meets you. The upper world meets you in the underworld. That's what I mean. The roots are now your oversoul. So I feel like the upper world meets you in the underworld, and that's why you were such a mystery. Absolutely. It's a paradox. It is a paradox. When you get into these dimensions of the soul, things are no longer linear. They're no longer reasonable. They're no longer rational. You are now dealing with the right side of the brain, the poet, the painter, the artist. Things are not rational. It's the the magician. Within every shaman is a measure of madness. There has to be, because a shaman cannot operate by only reason alone. The shaman needs the poet, part of himself, part of herself. The shaman needs the artist. The shaman needs the madness to get beyond the definitive dimensions of the human mind that have been conditioned that way. The shaman needs the madness to get through that, to see beyond it. There's kind of a playful tricksterness in this. Absolutely. Okay, so what's also happening here is you coming more, because this card mysterious is in the middle of the entire reading. So your mystery, the work you have done in your ancestry, brings you more into your relationship with the mystery. Also furthering, developing, strengthening your relationship to your own inner warlock, which is also brings you into more of your acceptance. You're no longer having to fight against the world. You're no longer having to fight against yourself. You are now having an acceptance of differences. You're seeing these differences as alchemical ingredients. You're no longer, I feel like whoever I am talking to has a different perspective of the world, of themselves. You have a different perspective of your life, of your purpose. It's like you've been opened up to a whole other upper realm through the lower realm. Like I said, the upper realm meets you in the lower realm. The upper world meets you in the underworld. The overworld meets you in the underworld. That's exactly right. And this is what helps you transcend all of your differences. This is what helps you come into acceptance of what is. You no longer have to change your life. You now have the capacity to work with what you have. It's not about becoming somebody in spite of your life. You're now working through your life. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm speaking to the making of a master, or somebody that's already standing in their own mastery. Beautiful. And this acceptance is developing your leadership beautifully. Beautifully. Coming into the end of a cycle. I feel like you can speak on the cycles. And your voice and the Empress in reverse, very powerful energy, because you can vacillate between the carnal and the spiritual. You can vacillate between the two. You are not you're not your average cat. You are not your average person. You are not here just to there's some sort of vacillation going on here between your carnal life and your spiritual capacity and your spirit healing capacity. I feel like that's why the Empress is in reverse. You have a different relationship. Yes, and also they're asking me to see this in terms of the underworld and in terms of the Seven of Pentacles. So whatever you are doing, yes, oh my God, I love this reading. Whatever you are doing, you are creating from the underworld. Your Empress is resting and sitting in the underworld, and you speak from this place. You speak from this place. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. What is the demonic energies? That is, we have contracts with angels and with demons. Research Padre Pio. He was an Italian contemporary monk. He died in 1968. He had this stigmata. When his journals were published, he wrote in his journals about how he fought hand-to-hand combat with a demon and won. So he talks about how, we are born with contracts with dark angels and with light angels. Both are here to serve us. Nope, that's upside down. That's face down. Nope. All right. Okay, Creator, a demonic card, please. Okay, that's the one. Okay. This is L'Orage. This is number 14. It corresponds to the Six of Wands. This is moon energy. This is Gemini. Okay. And what is an angelic? An angelic energy, Creator. So the demonic energy comes in to oppose us, strengthening our spiritual muscle. It's almost like resistance training. Okay. Oh, that's the one. Oh, interesting. The Knight of Wands. This is Hahuya. This is God, the good in himself. This card corresponds to protection, prevents discovery of secret crimes, and saves exiles. Prevents the discovery of secret crimes and saves exiles. So what I'm seeing here is an element of grace. So yes, okay, whatever's been going on here, whatever you've had to do in the underworld, I got underworld in three different aspects here. So whatever you have done in the underworld, you were required to do it. It is part of your curriculum. It's part of your training. According to the eyes of the world, some people might think that whatever this is like a crime. You know, whatever this is was part of your training, and it will be protected. It will be protected, whatever this is, but this is part of your shamanic training. Okay, let's look at the demonic. This is number 14. This is La Rage, the Six of Wands. This is news and negotiations, balanced purpose. This is moon energy, Gemini, and the Six of Wands. It corresponds to the Six of Wands. So news and negotiations and balanced purpose, the Six of Wands. Whatever this was, I believe, was to keep you, maybe this was this secret crime in the underworld or something like that, but something was here within you. Some sort of resistance training that kept you from receiving victory. Or it gave you victory. It gave you victory because whatever was here was news and negotiations, balanced purpose in the Six of Wands. So it's I'm feeling, because this is moon energy, I feel like this is the corresponding to your relationship, to your mother, and to your own sense of motherhood, regardless if you're male or female. Maybe you're a single dad and you have to be mom and dad, you know. But I'm feeling whatever this is corresponding to the feminine aspect because of the moon here. And Gemini, the lovers. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so the lovers is also the masculine and feminine aspects of who we are. The feminine and masculine aspects of a single human being. These are the sexual creative energies of a human being. And I feel like whatever this card is pertaining to, it's some sort of maybe negotiation that brings you into a sense of purpose and victory. But you've had to go into the darkness. You've had to go into the underworld in order to understand this. And this energy is what has made you very strong. This energy has made you, has helped you understand the value of the shadow also too. Bringing you victory. Okay, and what is Hahuya? This is number 24. So whatever's going on, you are working with your darkness. Okay, Hahuya, and that's this card here. God the good in himself. This is thrones and Psalms 147 verse 11. The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear him, and those that hope in his mercy. Those born under this angel will love truth and the sciences, and will be sincere in their words and actions. Hahuya obtains grace and mercy from God, rules over exiles and prisoners, works against the discovery of secret crimes, and protects from animals and assassins. Oh, wow. So maybe somebody's been trying to expose everything about your life, but you have energy here that protects you. Your relationship to your underworld is meant to be. It is meant to be. Therefore, your whatever you have done as like a secret crime is not maybe on the ground it looks like it's a secret crime, but people aren't aware of how there's more nutrients in an insult than there is in a compliment. So whatever you have done here, the creator is using every part of your life to not only nourish and develop and further you, but also nourish and develop and further others who come into who cross paths with you, who who know you, who have crossed paths with you, who has are in relationship with you. I feel like your purpose here, yes, your purpose here is to help people to understand the value of the underworld. And that is what your voice is all about, and the Empress in reverse is to help people understand the value of the underworld, to not fear it, to open to these dimensions within themselves, but of course take protection with you. You're dealing with the underworld. So whoever you are, whoever I'm talking to, you're very, very wise. I feel like you have been asked to enter into the underdimensions of your life, of yourself, of your psyche. But I feel like you were very wise and you asked for protection before you ventured into these. Even if it was just, God, take my hand and let's go for like a walk into this. I need to understand this. Protect me. Don't let anything touch me. If it's meant to touch me, then it's meant to prosper me, to grow me forward, to move me, because it's all about growth. Everything is all about growth. Okay. Soul guard, this Hahuia is the soul guardian for those born from 7:40 a.m. to 8 a.m. Hahuia is the moral guardian for those born on April 12th, June 23rd, September 3rd, November 14th, and January 25th. Hahuia is the physical guardian for those born from July 13th till the 17th. So beautiful. So whatever's going on here, the creator is using your own underworld through your ancestry, through your healing of your ancestry to transcend your bloodline and to help others transcend their bloodlines. I'm definitely speaking to somebody who has tapped into their shamanic capacities. Okay, and yes, that's what this bottom card is all about, is the reconciliation with your bloodline. And that's what allows you to transcend it. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Alrighty.